For task 1, research, you need to work individually to look at a range of research sources. So I take a range to mean at least 5. At least 5 sources that support your creative media production project, your FMP. I want you to look at least 5 examples of similar media artifacts that help you to gain an idea of what you're aiming for in your final major project, that inspire your idea, that influence your idea, that help you have a target as to what you are aiming for in relation to your final major project. 5 similar media artifacts to help you gain an idea of the codes, the combinations of signs, mise-en-scène, semiotics, combinations of signs to create meaning for the audience, the conventions, the tropes, the expectations within the genre or the medium that you are creating within, techniques, so different approaches, different styles of working from the individuals who created the 5 media artifacts you're looking into, and their methods as well. So how did they make them? What software and hardware did they use? What was their production workflow? How did research inform what they did? How did they create the media artifacts they created? Looking at the techniques and methods that great people used helps to inform the way that we can move forward on your final major project to aspire to meet those same standards, those near professional standards. For each of the 5 media artifacts that you select for task 1 research, you need to discuss how each of them inspires you, and more importantly, what techniques and methods you're going to use to emulate and to try and meet those same lofty standards from the 5 examples you have selected. In task 1 research, I need you to also summarize what makes a good professional product similar to your chosen project. Your 5 media artifacts will all be examples that show the sort of tone, style, aesthetic, feel of what you're aiming for your final major project. So, it's important to summarize, after looking at the 5, what makes a good professional product similar to what you're looking to make. How will you improve your skills or techniques that you have or need to develop? Will you be working with Jay, Vicky, Rachel, myself, one-to-ones, skills workshops, tutorials, using peer groups, in open workshops in the launch space study areas at the college? How will you improve those skills or techniques to meet those standards that you've identified in the 5 media artifacts? To conclude your task 1 research, discuss what issues you may face producing such a project. So, access to technology, to facilities and materials, resources, hardware, software, people, actors, potential times where you may be working away from others. What issues are there and how can you mitigate that? How can you work to have a plan B, as it were? What will you do if you need to pivot and adapt your idea, something you are all very good at this point of the course? Your submission evidence for task 1 is as follows. An individual research essay that analyzes, looks deeply at the history, the context, the background of your 5 media artifacts, and analyzes the requirements of a creative media project, what is needed to create something as great as your 5 great examples. This will satisfy the first part of the final major project criteria, which is Unit 8, 1.1. As always, if you need any help at all, then we'll be available, of course, in class, but also available via Google Chat and Google Meet for one-to-ones and catch-ups as well. Please use the group Google Chat as well to crowdsource and hive mind solutions with your peers as well. Okay, Task 1 research is the beginning of the final major project. Good luck.